Hello everybody and welcome back to another Workshop Weekly. And I know that I think the mic might be camping out a little bit here, but there's been some settings I've been trying to work on to change it, as well as some new equipment that I'll be recording with for future episodes. And I think this new equipment will make the videos a little bit better and a little bit cleaner, as well as a new editing software we'll be using for these videos. But the editing software will come in the next episode of Workshop Weekly. We'll be using the old one still, but we'll make some necessary switches to make these videos look a lot better and a lot cleaner. Speaking of clean, I hope everybody is keeping themselves nice, well, and quarantined over the time. Of course, do your part to flatten the curve. Stay inside, wash your hands, and do social distancing. I know that you've probably heard it enough, but as gamers, I know that we've already do it already. Basically, we already kind of do social distancing, so it doesn't really affect us too much. But still, stay safe. You're not immune, even if you think you are. Even if you are, you can still have it, and it just doesn't do anything to you. So, but without further ado, welcome to Workshop Weekly episode 4. The first 4, we have 4 sets. They're not in any particular order as well. They're just in the order of which I grabbed them on the workshop. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first set I have, which is a little bit annoying when I tried to go and grab assets for it, because I thought, you know, the bottom right where I usually put like the micro items, which is like the head, the back, the shoulders, etc. There was just that there in the corner. So not really much I could have done about that one, but this is a Oracle set called the Stargazer Final Prophecy by Ystar, quote-unquote trademarked, AK-47, and then some characters that I definitely cannot read. And this is part of the Spring 2020 package as well. It comes with 4 items: the head, armor, weapon, and back. Weapon being the fancy little orb in the middle there that he's holding on to, as you can see. Now, the reason I picked this set is because Oracle is a very prophecy-esque person, and just because it has the word prophecy in it, this set really makes him look like an Oracle. Like, he's from a whole different world, a whole different, like, fabric of time. And he, like, came down from the heavens to just say, like, hey, I got some prophecy for you. And he just looks straight up badass on top of it. He's got, like, the Zodiac runes. They're not Zodiac runes, but he's just got runes on his armor. And it's big armor, too. It's not, like, little pieces of armor. And the back is gigantic. It doesn't really flow super well, but overall, it just looks like a really nice color scheme for him, because he's usually blue, and it's a nice blue-purple with a sort of Egyptian gray, as I like to call it. Because, it's not actually like white. It's like that, it's like milk tan, I guess. It's the best way to put it. Just realized it probably says Zach on those shoulders. So whoever Zach is, shout out to them. Next, we have a Chaos Knight set called Arose and the Beast by DNADoata, Kaloyan-DNADota, plus Zeifod and Pero. There's supposed to be an accented E in there, but I don't know how to switch to specialized characters on the keyboard. This is a big boy CK set featuring 6 items: a loading screen, a weapon, head, shield, shoulder, and the mount itself. Now, you may be thinking, this doesn't really look too much different from the baseline CK. Some of the armor pieces kind of look exactly like DK, and he still looks about the same height. But the reason I picked this set is because he doesn't really look like the normal DK. This actually gives a nice, like, revamp, in a sense, to the current Chaos Knight, because sure, the helmet kind of looks like the same helmet on the normal CK, but the reason why I liked this set so much was the shield had a huge defining property of the set, and I think that's what both the makers of the set, as well as, like, the guy who posted it, wanted to kind of throw out there, that the shield is, like, the biggest part, because it seems like they're advertising the shield almost in everything. And you can see the shield in the walking animation in the right there has, like, a big property in comparison to everything else. The other reason I liked it is because it's scaled armor. Like, it's not like just plate armor. Everything has a nice little scaling to it, like the Dragon Knight kind of scale-based armors. And that's why I liked it a lot, because it was just big scaled armors. And the horse actually has huge defining properties as well when it comes to the front point. You can see that it's got molten parts of it still in the front. And then in the lower back, there's no armor, but it's just all like a forge, in the sense, in the back. And that's why I liked it a lot, because it was a basic twist. It was a twist on the basic DK in a really fun and awesome looking way. Plus, you got some spiky shoulder pads, and you got your big boy shield that's got like 6 sharp, pointy things on it. Spikes, that's what they're called. And then you got the scale back armor, and then the mount just gives it the classic twist as well. Now, this one I saw immediately, and I thought, man, this one's pretty darn good. And this one's by the elusive A. Again, the person of whom I can literally not find out if his name is actually A or not. But then there was another profile in there called Hunter X Hunter. That's another person we could kind of give it off to. But of course, I know that that's an anime as well. So hopefully the person who made the set is not the anime itself. But that's not really much of the issue here. This one is called The Bind of the Vicious... Oh, nope, don't wait, that's Venge. This is the Silent Hunter. Venge is the next one. Now I gave it away. This one features 7 total items. It gives an arm, belt, head, offhand, which is the shield, shoulders, main hand, which is the glaive, and the loading screen. Now, the reason I like this set a lot was because he literally does look like a witch hunter. Like, this is what you would see people studying this kind of magic dressing like in the days of old. Like, it's just parts and parts thrown together to make an armor piece set that looks absolutely amazing for Silencer. Of course, this is a set that does get rid of his, like, face, so you don't really have to animate much of the talking when it comes to that, but it's just such a good set. And it deviates away from people making, like, there's a lot of armor-based sets that are coming out for Silencer now. This is one of the more, I guess, not really cloth, more like bone and wood. And that's why I like it a lot. It still keeps the nice purple theme that Silencer's baseline color scheme is about, and then the lower edge of the cape as well. Very fluttery. If you see it in the walking animation here, you can see how much it kind of flutters. But overall, I like this set a lot because of the big bone-like structures and features that come with this set, as well as the glaive itself. You can see it actually is like a very sharp double-edged spike blade, like 2 bounty hunter blades hooked up together there. Yeah, you can see the cape right there. I love how it just, like, it flutters, basically. It has a flutter animation. But yeah, no, I like this set a lot, and this is another set I really hope to see. There's a lot of good sets that are in the workshop, and a lot of good artists that definitely deserve the praise and admiration for making these sets. They put a lot of work into them, and it's not even a promise that their set gets put into the Dota 2 unboxing point. Into a chest. That's the word I'm looking for. Next, and last, we have the Vengeful Spirit set, as I pointed out earlier, called the Bind of the Vicious Sibling. Now, the reason I picked up this set was totally not because of the screen that they gave me right when I came in to grab it. This one is by Tan Bobo. Now, I have no idea who that is. But the reason why I liked this a lot is that it gave concept art. A concept art drawing is something that most people don't really post too often, but when you do see it, it's actually amazing. Like, I love seeing the concept art. And it just makes me real happy to see this, like, little drawing down here of, like, their baseline stuff with the concept placements. If they wanted to make the wings a little bit outwards more, or they wanted to make it inwards, but it was really nice. And I like the length of hair that they decided to go for. They had one where it looked like the length of the hair was going to be a little bit longer, but I like going for the flat end ponytail instead of just the full-fledged hairstyle in the back. Though a full-fledged hairstyle wouldn't have been the worst either. But I think the most important part about this one is that since it's called the Bind of the Vicious Sibling, we talk about the wings. They're sets of wings with chains on them. And they're pink, too. Like, they're not even bad looking. It blends in with Vengeful's baseline color scheme, which works out extremely well. And, you know, there's nothing that anyone would really want to complain about it either. It's just amazing looking overall. So, another good set for Vengeful Spirit. I saw a couple of other Vengeful Spirit sets knee-deep in the workshop as well, but this one is the one that really caught my eye. It comes with 5 items: a head, shoulder, legs, weapon, and a loading screen as well. The loading screen, sadly, is not the one you see up in the top right. But overall, it's still a very nice looking set, and I hope to see this one in the voting phase as well, because I remember last time when we did the Battle Pass, there was a stage where people who had the Battle Pass were able to vote on specific sets to get into the store. This definitely would be one of the scenarios where we'll probably see that again, because there are a lot of sets in there. But most likely when we get down to the point when those votes come around, we'll do a video on that, and we'll talk about, oh, hey, I reviewed that one, and I reviewed that one too. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of, I believe, the 4th episode of Workshop Weekly. I will promise and try to do episodes after the Spring 2020 Workshop submission season is done, because even if sets don't make it in, I still want to talk about them. So don't expect this to really end, but if it slows down in the future, that might be why. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you thoroughly enjoyed Workshop Weekly Episode 4. This is Party PD, signing off. Hey guys, this is a slightly different outro in comparison to our standard ones. It's primarily because COVID-19, it's not a joke. It's really out there. It affects people in lots of ways that no one ever expects it. So, again, I need to reiterate, do your part to flatten the curve. Stay inside, wash your hands, do hygiene. And, I recently discovered something. Apparently, people don't wash their legs in the shower. So, please, for the love of God, wash your legs in the goddamn shower. But, as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Another thing I do want to shout out is that I stream on Twitch. And it's not just because of COVID-19. I've been streaming for quite some time, so I figured I'd want to shoot a little bit of an advertisement out for that. So I'm Party PD on Twitch. It'll be linked in the description below. So thank you so much for watching this video. We'll see you next time. It's Party PD, signing off.